smash the like button if you agree that Jey Uso has a very sloppy moveset that he needs to clean up if he wants to be taken seriously as a top guy or a top G.
Now, I want to say this beforehand. I am not turning on Jey Uso. I'm just making observations about people's takes on Jey Uso. I must say this. His offense is getting kind of sloppy and careless. It gets to a point where is his push going to his head? Because I'm not seeing the work. I'm not seeing the crisp work in the ring. It looks like Jey is just coasting. He's just coasting until WrestleMania, until he might beat Gunther. Because ever since the Royal Rumble, his matches don't look good. That's my take. Now, Jey is a great fake pro wrestler. When he was with his brother as a tag team fake pro wrestler, he was great. But as a singles guy, I don't know, man. He's looking low-key sloppy. Let's go back to Raw. He botched a spear, a normal, easy spear. That bothered me because that sloppy-ass spear buried Austin Theory. And then, moments later, he botches an over-the-top rope senton onto Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. That did not look good. That looked like top dollar. Top dollar. Hold on. This dude is supposed to beat Gunther. But should he beat Gunther if he's botching over-the-top rope sentons onto the outside? That was dangerous. He could have broken his neck. That was top dollar like shit. Him? He's the number one contender. There's levels to this, right? He's no longer a mid-card guy. He's a main eventer. So our standards have to be high. He's supposed to be a main eventer. He's supposed to beat Gunther. My question is, will that botch affect Triple H's decision on giving him the world title? Because that was embarrassing. I'm sorry. But this man is supposed to be our next world champion. I mean, yes, Jey Uso, he's mega over. But there's levels to being over. Is Jey nothing more than an entrance? Right? Because his matches don't look all that good. And here's what I mean. You can have 5 moves of doom. Yes, you can. But do those 5 moves of doom look good? Okay, here's my point. Do your 5 moves of doom look good? That's the question. His 5 moves of doom do not look good. His super kicks don't look good. His spears don't look good. His over-the-top rope dives don't look good. His splashes don't look good. His 5 moves of doom do not look good. So no, you cannot compare him to John Cena. You cannot compare him to Goldberg. You cannot compare him to Rocky Maivia. You cannot compare him to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yes, Stone Cold did not have a lot of moves, but Austin, his 5 moves of doom did look good. They popped the audience. The mud hole stomps in the corner, that looked good. The loop that press, that looked good. His punches looked good. Stone Cold had a great moveset that worked for his character, but he was crisp. He was not sloppy, right? You can have 5 moves of doom, just like Hollywood Hogan, The Warrior, Rocky Maivia, Triple H, Brock. You can have 5 moves of doom, but they have to look good, right? It's called quality over quantity, right? Stone Cold was quality. Rocky Maivia was quality. Rocky was super athletic. He had a beautiful spine buster. He had a great moveset. He didn't need 10 moves. He had 5 moves that looked great. So that's why Rocky Maivia can get away with it. But Jey, no, man, I'm sorry. And yes, I'm a huge fan of Jey. But I'm sorry, bro, you in the big leagues. You cannot have a sloppy moveset. You cannot have a sloppy 5 moves of doom in your moveset. You cannot do it. No, he's not John Cena. At least John had a great moveset that was not sloppy. John was not botching. There's levels to this. If Jey wants to be a main eventer and not a tag team fake pro wrestler, you cannot have botches like that, man. Especially on the road to WrestleMania. Listen, this feud with Gunther, it's boring. I'm sorry. It's boring and is low-key repetitive every fucking week. Gunther He puts Jey in a goddamn chokehold every, every fucking week. It seems like every week on Raw, Gunther ends up putting Jey in a goddamn sleeper hold. It's like, bro, how long can we keep this up? With Gunther putting Jey in a sleeper hold every Monday, man. That's getting old. But to get back on Jey's matches, yes, it does seem like the audience is entertained by Jey's matches. But at what cost? Do they love saying yeet? Or do they love seeing Jey wrestle? I think it's the other way around. I think they just like saying yeet. That's the only thing that I'm seeing in his matches. The audience loves to say yeet after every punch. Listen, don't get it twisted. I'm a huge fan of fake pro wrestlers who have only 5 moves. 5 moves of doom. The Warrior, Andre the Giant, Big Boss Man, Stone Cold, Rocky Maivia, Triple H, Ric Flair. All those men had 5 moves of doom, but they looked good. They were not botching. Those moves looked good and the audience popped. Not one man has said that Stone Cold Steve Austin was botching his 5 moves of doom. That's the point. So what I'm trying to say is people are justified. People are justified with their criticism of Jey Uso. He's a main eventer. He might beat Gunther for the world title. So yes, bitch, we have to hold him to a high standard. We cannot have a botchy mid-card guy beat Gunther for the world title. All I'm saying is Jey needs to wake up. Jey needs to step up because his offense looks sloppy. It's hard to ignore because I don't watch Raw all that much, so maybe his sloppy ass moveset just flew over my head. That's what I think. I think I've been ignoring his moveset based on the fact that I don't watch Raw all that much. I'm like, man, he does not have a good moveset. It looks sloppy. Like I said, man, you can have 2 moves, 5 moves, but you better make sure those moves look good. Here's what I mean. Bruce Lee said he fears the man who throws 10,000 of the same kicks over a man who does 10,000 multiple different kicks. So my point is, if you only have 5 moves, you better perfect those 5 moves. We need to be more hard on Jey Uso. This man has to step up. He might beat Gunther. Should Jey beat Gunther if he's botching on Raw? When this man flew over the top rope to do a senton, he almost broke his neck. He almost didn't make it to WrestleMania. That was scary. I'm like, bro, you better retire that move out of your moveset. I think you fans are blowing his head up. He thinks he doesn't need to have a great moveset based on how over he is. That's the problem. He's coasting. He's taking his talent for granted. He's taking this spot for granted. He feels like he doesn't need to improve in the ring. If you marks keep saying yeet, 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 he feels like he doesn't need to step up, but he does. His newfound fame is going to his head to a point where his offense, his matches are suffering because of it. He thinks he's top shit based on his merch sales, and these marks keep saying yeet, yeet, yeet. I want Jey to beat Gunther for the world title, but he needs to step up his game. His offense looks bad. His offense looks sloppy. Michael Cole, he thought that was a crossbody. When Jey gave Austin Theory a spear, Michael Cole thought that was a crossbody. And this guy is supposed to beat Gunther? Every time Jey does a flying dive over the top rope, I think he's going to botch it based on his weight. He was not this big when he was a tag team fake pro wrestler. I'm being real. Maybe it's just me, but Jey has packed on some pounds. That's what I mean. His fame has gone to his head. He's taking his career for granted based on this spot that Triple H gave him. This man has packed on some pounds. That's why he botched a flying senton over the top rope last Monday. He's big. To me, he's low-key overweight. He was not this big when he was a tag team fake pro wrestler with Jimmy. I said last Monday, don't be surprised if Gunther retains at WrestleMania based on that botch. Because here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, what if Braun Breaker drops the IC belt at WrestleMania? Maybe you move Braun Breaker to the main event scene so he can beat Gunther for the world title. Because I feel like Braun Breaker, he's bigger than the IC belt. I think Braun Breaker has outgrown the IC belt. It's time to move up Braun Breaker to that main event scene. Then let's move on to Gunther versus Braun Breaker. Because I'm telling you, Jey might lose at WrestleMania based on that botch and how Jey's been looking these past 2 months. Because Triple H is a huge fan of Gunther. So let's talk about last year. Last year, Gunther lost to Sami Zayn. So why would Triple H book Gunther to lose back-to-back WrestleManias for championships? I don't see it. I will be shocked if Gunther loses. Why would Triple H book Gunther to drop 2 championships back-to-back at WrestleMania? You cannot make Gunther a WrestleMania loser. You cannot do that. So, like I said, don't be shocked if Gunther retains. I don't mind that Jey only has 5 moves. It's just those 5 moves do not look good. That's my only issue with Jey Uso. You can have 5 moves, but you better make sure those 5 moves look good. He needs to go back into the lab and work on his moveset. Also, let's talk about his Samoan drop. Make that make sense. How are you Samoan and you can barely do a Samoan drop? Like, come on, man. Make that make sense. You're Samoan and you can barely do a Samoan drop. The move is named after you.